You're watching ABC4 News.
We turn now to the latest developments from the Club Q mass shooting out of Colorado Springs, where 5 people were killed and at least 19 others wounded. For the first time, we are hearing from the man who police hail a hero, an Army veteran who potentially saved dozens of lives that night. ABC's Morgan Norwood reports.
I'm just amazed that I'm able to walk and that I'm alive.
Survivors of the shooting inside Club Q reliving those horrific moments when police say a gunman began spraying bullets into the bar.
I got hit in the back and I turned around to look at him and he kept shooting.
Ed Sanders shot in the leg and thigh, yet during the chaos, he says all he could think about was helping others.
I shielded another woman with my coat because I didn't know how long they were going to shoot.
We're also hearing from Richard Fierro, the military veteran who police are calling a hero for taking the suspect down before officers arrived, saving dozens of lives.
And I pulled him down. I grabbed the pistol from him, and I'm on top of him. I'm a big dude, man, and this guy was bigger. And I just kept wailing on him.
Authorities now holding the suspect Anderson Lee Aldridge on hate crimes and murder charges. Meanwhile, the community of Colorado Springs reeling, but in the face of heartbreak, there's also resilience.
This was a fear tactic, and to make us think that we're going to stop being who we are, doing what we do, having a good time, living our lives the best we can, it's not going to work.
And the LGBTQ community has been at the center of threats in recent months, with hate-motivated attacks on the rise nationwide. Advocates are now calling on leaders to address that spike in violence. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Colorado Springs.
Travel bans have been lifted in parts of New York after historic snowstorms dropped more than 6 feet of snow. But yesterday, one driver in Erie County apparently couldn't wait to hit the road again. You can see that red pickup truck that we just saw on the road with a big pile of fresh powder still covering most of the truck, except for a small section of the windshield for the driver to peek out.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Alana Brophy. Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
Okay, a couple things there, Alana. One, transportation officials would tell you not to drive like that. And two, it's been a while since we've seen some snow around.
I was going to say, Glenn, do you think that Buffalo will let us borrow just a little? Maybe Orchard Park would send us half of their lake effect? I mean, we'd benefit from it and we'd enjoy it, but no, we've been very, very quiet. We're tracking our next cold front as it moves through Utah and will clip a portion of the state. Possibility of precipitation with the front. We want some, but it's not going to be nothing like the lake effect that they saw in New England. We're going to hope that this front will help out air quality, or at least take the edge off. It's rather weak, so we're going to look at air quality concerns as we get through our Thanksgiving week. And the high pressure does return for Turkey Day. We'll look at how long it sticks around. Live look from the Cedar City Airport, where yes, they have that inversion layer as well in Iron County. Temperatures sitting in the 40s, mid 40s at that, but their air quality is actually in the green. So this haze as we look towards the west, but it's more of a smog along the Wasatch Front. Our live look from the Colonial Flag Tower camera shows light winds, which doesn't help when it comes to this smog that has really settled into the Salt Lake Valley. Temperatures don't really swing much because we trap cold air on the valley floor. We've got moderate air out there right now along the Wasatch Front, and that is the forecast into tomorrow. So we know that that front isn't packing a major punch because we will see compromised air quality shortly if it passes through. Fox Elder County also in the moderate. Tooele County will skirt away, and because the system will come through and graze northeastern Utah, we have hope that in the Uinta Basin and Duchesne County that they will be mixed out of shallow inversion and seen clean air. Taking a look at the Pacific Northwest, as we look at the satellite radar, you see increasing clouds coming from that direction. A ridge of high pressure breaks down ever so slightly as this front will come through. It's going to increase cloud cover for the next several hours. We topped out in the mid 40s today. Okay, a few degrees warmer than where we were yesterday. 30s and 40s along the Wasatch Front. You can tell which areas really socked in upper 30s in the Uinta Basin as well as Provo. 43 in Moab, 40s and 50s for the I-15 corridor, mid 50s in St. George. Along the Wasatch Front, those temperatures will be dropping into the 30s the next several hours. By 9 p.m., we're going to hit freezing. The haze doesn't want to move, even with the increasing clouds, but we want that mixing. It's going to help us out with our air quality and maybe bring a little bit of moisture. Long-range futurecast kind of shows that. As we head into tonight, the cloud cover increases throughout the state. Watch this band of precipitation because it sneaks on in. Here we are by 4 a.m. Northern mountains looking at the potential for some light snow, but don't be surprised in the valley if you see a few flurries, especially in this time period with cold temperatures. We know the benches could actually see a little light snow as well. It's not out of the question as that band of precip slides a little further south towards the Cottonwoods and the Salt Lake Valley. Again, a flurry possible, very similar to the front that passed last week. Now, it doesn't do much, but it'll come through, just graze northern and northeastern Utah, and then the northerly flows behind it that could increase winds down there in southern Utah, so a heads up. But high pressure really wants to take over and dominate as we roll into Thanksgiving with dry conditions and then air quality concerns. Notice some cloud cover for the holiday, but other than that, very dry and pretty sleepy, similar to what we saw last year and last week. 30s and 40s along the Wasatch Front, 20s for the overnight lows. We're looking at 40s on the eastern side of the state, 40s for I-15, and temperatures rebounding in St. George, where average this time of year is the low 60s. We're close to that, and we'll get there on Saturday. Thanksgiving and Black Friday looking dry, but breezier conditions at times. Are you traveling in the Beehive State? Hey, 30s and 40s for those highs with dry conditions for your Thanksgiving. If you're making those plans, doesn't look too bad. Wasatch Front shows 40s, which is where we should be this time of year, but in the upper 40s. We need that inversion layer to break for us to warm up. Looks like we get more of an active pattern as we roll into early next week with the potential for some more precipitation, which will take as long as it's going to clear out that dirty air. Glenn, over to you.